Hello everyone, Hawky here, back with another Sword of Convallaria video. So Senshi is coming. He'll be a free character in the Delicious in Dungeon collab. We'll get enough shards and copies of him to push him all the way to 3-star for free. Just do a bunch of quests and yeah, he's just a fun breaker unit, a bit like a free-to-play newbie Coco at home sort of thing. I'll go through his kit and show you guys what I mean. So we have Senshi here. He's part of the Drifter and Discipline, and you do get him for free up to 3 stars. So let's have a look at his skills. At the start of the battle, summons 1 pot of cuisine. So this is like a hot pot sort of pot item on the field, and allies within 2 tiles of cuisine recovers HP at the end of the turn with a chance to gain both happiness and fullness for 2 turns and reduce cuisine HP by a certain amount. So when an ally within 2 tiles ends the turn, they recover 15% of HP and a 30% chance to gain both happiness and fullness. The happiness is the same as Coco's buff. For all skills, reduce energy consumption by 1. After use, cooldown is reduced by 1. Removed after any action is taken. And fullness is a debuff. Not trigger cuisine effects, cannot be dispelled or immunized because they're full, right? And the 30% does look familiar. Same as Coco, right? She was 30% happiness until we pushed Coco up to 5 stars. So very similar. And while reducing the cuisine's HP by 35%. So it can only be triggered 3 times here at 1 star. Then 2 stars also increases the attack and defense by 5%. Everything's all the same, but now cuisine's HPs decreased by 25%. So you can use it 4 times, at maximum 4 times. And then 3 stars, attack and defense by 10%. Gains 1 stack of Senshi's Satisfaction. So it's a buff. When actively attacking enemies, each stack increases damage by 30% up to 6 stacks. All stacks are removed after attacking. Cannot be dispelled or immunized. So this is something interesting. We can increase this stack 30% times 6, right? So 180% damage. This is like, then she can become like a one-hit wonder with 180% damage. Don't really recommend it, but it is an option, right? And it's more recovery, recover 20% HP, still 30% chance for happiness and fullness. Cuisine's 25%. So you get them free up to 3 stars. Don't recommend farming further, but if you have no other option, especially as like a new player, you know, free Senshi, may as well farm someone. Attack and defense increased by 15%, 2 stacks of Senshi's Satisfaction here, and still 30%. And now the cuisine's HP decreases by 20%. So you can use the cuisine 5 times. And then 5-star effect, 3 stacks of Senshi's Satisfaction here at start of battle. Recover 25% HP, and now it's finally 100% to gain both happiness and fullness, and that is the 5-star effect. So Senshi's default skill is Knockback Bash, single target, 140% damage, knockback by 2 tiles. Very common skill, we've seen it all the time. And let's have a look at his skills. So rank 1, Co-Attack Extra. So it's an extra, like we see the usual co-attack, the bit extra. Each ally within 2 tiles of the character attack is increased by 5% up to 15%. The maximum 3 allies around him to hit the maximum here. When an item is present within range, attack is additionally increased by 15%. So that cuisine that Senshi summons here, this counts as an item. So basically, when he's beside his hot pot, he just gets the extra attack, which is really nice there. And then Sweeping Bash, 80% damage to all enemies in a 3x2 range. Inflicts physical defense 1 down for 2 turns. Like, I feel like if you do want to play a sort of damaging build, you want to run the Co-Attack Extra for that 30% extra attack. So we'll go left side on rank 1. Rank 3, it's mealtime. Prepares for 1 turn. Summons 1 pot of cuisine at the target empty tile and gains attack 2 to all allies within 2 tiles of the target and move 2 to allies within 3 to 4 tiles for 2 turns. After casting, the character skips the turn. So this is very interesting. It's like the sort of circle of range. It's like you have to be 2 range, 1 or 2 range, get attack 2, 3 to 4, get move 2, right? And yeah, this is where he could summon his pots of cuisine, and you can use them as like, you can use them to block the enemy and also, you know, just cook, right, to eat. And their responsibility. The skill, it's mealtime, no longer requires preparation. So it's mealtime. So basically these skills combo against each other. This one prepares and this one makes it no longer needs that preparation phase. Don't skip the turn. And at end of turn, if no damage was dealt during this turn, gain 2 stacks of Senshi's Satisfaction, gains crit 2 and damage 2 for 2 turns. And that was that up to 180% damage, right? So now Senshi doesn't need to wait for the food gets cooked instantly. So kind of need to have both skills here to sort of combo with each other. And then at rank 5, Eat Well. Gains block, which is when taking physical attacks from the front or side, 50% chance to face the attacker and reduce the damage by 20%. When the character is within 2 tiles of cuisine, block chance increases to 100%. Like, he doesn't want anyone taking his food. And damage taken when blocking is reduced by additional 20%, and performs assisting cover for all allies within 2 tiles of the character. So blocks his food and blocks your allies. Really nice there. And then right side is Dwarf Blood. Immune to Scorch and Burning tiles. When taking fire or magical damage, damage taken is reduced by 40%. Like, this effect, it's kind of niche because he doesn't create any like burning tiles or anything. Like, we don't really see that often, so like it doesn't really see much use. And then it's just there for lore, right? Like, fire damage is reduced. How often do you see fire damage being dealt, right? And then we have, I mean, he does have burning tiles here with the burning grenade as well, but I will get to that. The Smell of Cooking. Cuisine gains an aura effect, increasing attack and defense by 10% for allies within 2 tiles of cuisine, decreases attack and defense by 10% for enemies. When the character triggers a cuisine effect, gain 1 stack of Senshi Satisfaction and recovers 1 additional enemy. So being an aura effect, right, it doesn't stack with any other aura type effects. So what I mean by that is, for example, Favia's Earth's Beloved, it has also like attack and defense increase and decrease aura here. So they don't actually stack the ones of just the aura effect. We're not talking about leader aura, just the basic aura effects. So that's something to keep in mind there. And then right side is Burning Grenade. Piercing damage, 10% of a target's HP to all enemies within a 1 tile radius, and changes the tiles into burning for 2 turns. So yeah, we've seen this Burning Grenade before. Luffy has it, Nightingale has it. And now, rank 9. Powerful attack, 110% physical damage. And then right side we have is Scorching Attack. 100% physical damage and deals Scorch on the target, lasting for 2 turns. I mean, I feel like having the Scorch effect is just quite nice. Over 110%. I don't know. Like, this is more like optional. Like, if you want to play for damage, 110%, you know, extra 10%. But yeah, Scorch is just a nice effect as well. Here, rank 11, Iron Pot. Gains 3 stacks of Senshi Satisfaction and holds up a large pot in front, reducing damage taken from the front by 40% and from the side by 20% until the start of the next turn. So this is one of the skills where, remember, in sort of Convallaria, you can't choose the direction you're facing. This Iron Pot lets you choose the direction. And then right side is Crushing Strike. Single target attack, deals 130% damage, Before attacking, the character gains physical defense 2 and magic defense 2 for 2 turns. And actually, I forgot to tell you about Senshi's basic attack. He doesn't get an actual proper basic attack, he gets a pot slam. Single target attack, 75% physical damage, and knocks the target back by 2 tiles. If attacking an item can act again, can be triggered up to 1 time per round. And this is pretty cool. He can push his cuisine around. And his ascension skill is Monster Cuisine Expert. When the character triggers a cuisine effect, it does not reduce the cuisine's HP. So remember, we could do it up to like 5 times at 5-star, reduces by 20%. Now it doesn't reduce the HP. Level 2 does not reduce the HP. 4 more stacks of Senshi Satisfaction gains immunity to bound, so it doesn't get these CC debuffs. And then over here, immunity to bound. At the start of turn, gains 1 stack of Senshi Satisfaction. If less than 3 stacks, gains additional stacks. So sort of can stack up his damage there. So you can look at Senshi's skill. So you can see, summons the cuisine. Fairly tanky item, can block for you. And does it show me the, yeah, look, 10k HP, so fairly tank. Encourage allies with nearby food. Damage taken is reduced by 100%, so it doesn't get damaged by allies. And yeah, like we have our hot slam, so we can knock it back and move it around, right? We can be like whack, and then he gets that act again, right? Because it's only 1 time per round, so yeah, just play push the pot, right? And then you could play like push the pot to knock back enemies for knockback damage and everything, you know, whack it again. And then we eat the pot and get the happiness there, and then draw enemies like then she's cooking some food, they want to eat as well. And then yeah, you can see we gain the happiness buff, but we also gain the fullness debuff, so we can't trigger happiness again. And yeah, this knockback bash is just fairly straightforward. Just knock back the enemy, or we can knock back our pot as well. And you can also use the knockback bash on... You can't use it on these items though. So dummy doesn't work. And then we could do explosive barrels. We can knock them back and gain the act again. And if you decide to, you can also push the flag, right? No, the flag doesn't move. So now we're running It's Mealtime with the smell of cooking. So we can just generate another pot here. And then we don't have to... So yeah, it just takes Senshi time to cook the pot, and then places the pot on the field. And then everyone just gets debuffed and buffed from the aura from the smell of cooking, right? Increases their attack and defense, so everyone does get the attack and defense buff from Senshi, and I think they're too far away to get debuffed, right? How about this one? And now we'll run with Responsibility, which makes the It's Mealtime instant cast, right? So let's put it here again. I'll put it here, right? So we'll summon the pot. We can make like a pot wall to block the enemies. And then they get damaged, they get debuffed, and our allies get buffed, right? So Mytha gets buffed there. And then you can see smell of cooking, an aura effect, defense and attack gets reduced. And actually, I think we've got too many buffs, right? Cuisine, so Mytha is 2 tiles away. It was 2 tiles away for the attack buff, right? 2 tiles, yeah, attack 2 for 2 tiles and move 2 to 3 and 4. The SP Nana should gain the move, yeah? The move 2, yep. And Tristan here, she does gain the move 2 as well. Now I'm running SP Nana with the Brilliant Light Aura, which decreases attack and defense by 10% within 3 tiles. So this is within 3 tiles, but it doesn't actually stack with the Smell of Cooking's aura effect because they're both cold aura, so they don't actually stack there. And yeah, let's have a look at the Iron Pot. So 3 stacks of Senshi Satisfaction and holds up a large pot. So like this is where we could choose which direction we want to end. So we could be like, oh, we want to face our cooking. Yeah, and then I want to get to 6 stacks. So at the moment, we are on 6 stacks of Senshi's Satisfaction. This is when he can actually really shine with his damage. Like, what's that? 180% damage, right? But honestly, it's just really sad. He's just a one-hit wonder, right? You can be like, oh, we'll do the 110% times 180% damage. Look, 29k. This is insane. Okay, 31k. Okay, let's go through with a bit more buffs and see how big we can hit. 18k? Oh, because we were doing more because the other guy was dying. Okay. But then, like, after that, he just loses the buff, right? And then he has to gain the Senshi Satisfaction again. So most of the time, you'll really only be playing Senshi as more of a, like, support, and, you know, he does, like, do a bit of buffs and debuffs, you know, getting the attack to, move to, and just putting, like, the pot down, the cuisine, to actually block enemies and the chance to gain happiness and fullness. Well, mainly happiness, right? Fullness stops you from getting more happiness stacks until it's died down. And yeah, it's just, I mean, he's a free unit, right? That you can't really expect too much. Can be a bit of a tank, right? Just run him with Mystery Guardian, because after he does run the run these skills, he does do the blocks. So with Eat Well here, you know, he does get the block and 100% block chance when he's next to his cuisine, right? So that makes Mystery Guardian like trigger all the time. So it can be a nice solid tank to protect your team. So any sort of weapon is pretty much okay. Like Dinar Hammer for, like, you know, extra knockback. Hollow Axe potentially increasing the defense. Could run like Tuning Hammer and stuff, and yeah, Defensive Trinket can do, like, I think it'll be better with like a Sword and Wand as usual. But you can also run the Cup and Wand. The Cup and Wand just reset the energy and cooldown, so you could spam, like, you know, its mealtime twice and do like 2 pots plus his initial pot. So, you know, on turn 2, you can already spawn 3 pots around him. So turn 3, we can have like a bit of a pot wall. Just spam some pots around. Pretty cool. Can have fun with that. But yeah, it's not really recommended. And, you know, they're fairly tanky. 10k HP. More HP than, like, most units. But yeah, that's Senshi. He's free. Don't expect too much out of him, and yeah, might be nice for, like, new players to play around with, but yeah, definitely. I mean, just get him at what it is. You get him free for 3 stars, and he's just an extra unit that you can have fun with. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.